I know for a while now, people have been asking me to make a Carino build, and I've gone through a lot of options. For a while, none of them really stuck. However, I think there's some interesting ideas around Burning Shot. Will they be good? Ultimately, I don't know yet, because I've only taken this build to about level 70. But so far, I've been able to kill tier 4 watchers in absolutely garbage gear, with the help of a couple of low-level leveling items, which I'll get into in a little bit. The idea here was to just use ignite proliferation effects. I don't need any AoE if I can hit one enemy and everything around it starts to burn. It's kind of a way to get pseudo AoE to make the leveling process faster. But given how many words that involve scaling Burning Shot has on it, I'm struggling to imagine if a skill is bad. So that's what I'm going to be exploring next. Honestly, I don't quite know how I'm going to go about it since I haven't really planned any of this. However, this is what I've done so far. I started off by using the Fever Plague. The Fever Plague adds a bunch of main hand weapon damage to base ignite, and gives your ignites a 50% chance to spread to nearby enemies when igniting targets. Additionally, I combined this with the Boots of Sinned Fire. Because Burning Shot scales massively off your weapon, the fact that this weapon had about 200 DPS, which was quite high for a level 12, one might even say absurdly high, meant that the leveling process was very easy. Now in terms of my talents, I started with Goddess of Darkness, so I could get Plague for more damage, and either Poisoned Relief or Blur for defense or damage depending on what I needed. Then I grabbed Psychic for Reap Purification. And finally, I've been going back and forth between Warlord and Warlock. I guess at least I've gotten it narrowed down to the point where I know that War is going to be in my third tree. Unless, of course, I change everything later, which is not only possible, but very likely probable. Overall, the leveling process was both pretty quick and pretty smooth. Possibly a little too quick, since ultimately I ended up neglecting my gear a lot, and even though you see me fighting a Watcher in Time Mark 4, I only have about 2.5k life, and I'm absolutely not res capped, not even close in fact. I think I'm at around negative 50 erosion there. It's just that there's no erosion damage that I'm regularly taking, so it hasn't really been an issue. My plan of putting a bunch of ignites on stuff and having those ignites proliferate definitely worked for the leveling experience. What do you do before level 12? I just used the default skills that Carino had, and it wasn't exactly a super enjoyable experience. Burning Shot unlocks at 15, so it's a little bit painful till that point, but once you get to that point, it does feel much better. Do be aware, I have no idea if this build is endgame viable. I have no idea if it's good. I suspect it is, but I haven't really looked into the endgame variants yet. So don't be surprised if next time you see me playing Carino, it's an entirely different build and I abandon this idea. That said, if you want to keep track of what I am playing, be sure to get subscribed, and let me know down below some of your favorite leveling builds in Torchlight Infinite. Before I go, a special thanks to my patrons and channel members for the continued support. For as low as $1 a month, you can help support the channel as well. If you want more content, I'll have some other build-related stuff in the card right now, or you can watch the video on screen. If you're really looking for more content, you can also check out my second channel, 10 Gaming Thoughts, where I talk about a variety of news topics, game reviews, and much more. Link, as always, will be down in the description. That's all for me today, and good luck in your leveling.